Welcome to the new SeeNews.com, a one-stop shop for business news and market intelligence that gives you a 360-degree perspective on Southeast Europe. You can stay informed with our comprehensive coverage of regional news. You can quickly find what you're looking for in our searchable database of company profiles and compare them by their financial performance. You can easily access economic reviews, industry reports, broker reports, media monitoring analyses. All of them are now just a click away. In need of expert research on-demand services? Our multilingual researchers and analysts will make sure you are well cared for. SeeNews, business intelligence for Southeast Europe.
So, Mr. Paier, I start with my first question. IBM has been through a lot of transformations recently. I mean, IB Watson and cognitive computing and cloud and analytics and security. So how does all this look from the perspective of Southeast Europe?
Well, first, hello everyone, and thank you for giving me the chance. Listen, on this one, it's very simple. I would say we are just transforming our business. So it's as simple as that. What we are doing is we are transforming our people, which is the who. We are transforming our offerings, which is the what. And then, of course, it's also very, very crucial that we are also transforming on the way how we engage with our clients. So this is the how. I mean, it's obvious we have 100 years of experience in IBM as a very long-lasting company. We are more than 80 years in the region. And we have been evolving from a company who did hardware business in the past, and software business as a focus area in the past, emerging into services, and now we're entering the cognitive era. So it's a strong journey over a long period of time.
So what economic and technology trends are shaping up the development of the local markets, and how do these fit into your cognitive vision?
There are three big shifts what I'm seeing in the moment, that we are seeing and experience in the market. Yeah? I mean, companies are really needing to take care on data, cloud, and the other one is mobility. And all this, at the end of the day, need to be under an umbrella of security, yeah? Because security is really I would say, the basement or the foundation on all these initiatives and trends in the technology.
So how do clients in Southeast Europe respond to this, to IBM's transformation and to your cognitive vision?
Organizations want to work and want to make data-driven decisions. Yeah? So you need to have advanced systems which gives you the opportunity, the capability to leverage the data. If you look to today's companies, 80% of the data, being it unstructured or structured data, is not being leveraged at all. It's not used. Yeah? So IT systems are coming from an enabler into an advisor, and that is the cognitive area. Yeah? So in reality, we get then in addition also the benefit that these systems are learning. They are getting better. The longer they do things, the better the systems get. And that is the essential difference from the past. In the past, you had just an enablement platform, and now you have something which advises, and by the way, it gets better each day and each advice it does.
In Southeast Europe, do you have clients that are already using your cognitive solutions?
Yes, we do. We have, for example, a leading retailer who is using Watson Analytics. Yeah? And what this retailer wants to understand is just very simple. He wants to understand the buying behavior of his clients, the data flow on which products are being sold, what are the essences of purchases of people. And that is just one example. It's a retail example. But we have discussions with many of our clients in all different industries. And there's really something which is evolving in the moment. It's really something which is no longer only a talking point. It is really serious client engagements. and the client are seeing the value of these systems.
Mhm. Well, they say that in Southeast Europe, 1 in 3 people has his or her money in one way or the other touched by IBM technologies. So, in which sectors do you see highest demand for your services, and also where do you see untapped potential?
As you're pointing to financial services, and this for sure is one of the strongholds of IBM. It's one of the key industries where we have been working in the past, in present, and also for sure we'll be working in the future as well. Finance industries and banks, for example, they do have traditional challenges, like they want to grow their revenue, they need to lower the cost, they want to optimize their business portfolio. But on the other hand, they also have completely new challenges, like explosion of data in a structured way, of structured data, but also of unstructured data. And to leverage this data both way, again, the unstructured and the structured data, you need to have IT environments which are pretty complex, and some of them need to have significantly changes implemented that you get a benefit out of the data. And just as I mentioned beforehand, data is one of the key anchor points, so you need to be able to leverage your data. Then you're already one step in the right journey.
Well, talking about financial services and the banking sector, how about blockchain, and to what extent is it relevant to Southeast Europe and the banking sector?
So first of all, blockchain is an evolving technology. Right? It is something which is it's not yet state of the art. It's not something people are using day in, day out. You don't find this in many customers. It is an emerging technology. It is something where a lot of people, also in the regions, a lot of firms, and again, it goes beyond banks. It can go into governments, it can go into retail, it can go across different industries, are starting to work with. So it's all about going in a complete different concept, because currently typically you have a centralized ledger, and in blockchain you have a decentralized ledger, which gives you the opportunity to create much more cost-efficient solutions and business networks. And you have, on the other hand, of course, different requirements as well, because you need to have an ecosystem which is also underneath and embedded into these solutions.
And how about IBM Blockchain?
We consider ourselves really to be one of the leading firms in the overall blockchain evolution. We are working with more than 300 clients already to pioneer blockchain for business, and it's more than any other company in the world. The beauty is we are providing an entire stack for blockchain. So these solutions, integrated solutions, will help on saving time and speed up of transactions, which is one key element. You can save money on document transfer and also on verification. But even more important, you can reduce risk and increase trust. Just recently, we announced a win with one of the leading Indian banks, Mahindra Group, who is committing to work with IBM and deploy blockchain technology as a key foundation in their business operation.
Talked a little bit about financial services, but how about other sectors? You mentioned that a retailer has been employing one of your solutions. So in retail, how does IBM help?
So first and foremost, retail is as an industry grows faster than the overall SE economics, which I think is a very substantial fact. E-commerce is also gaining ground, but also in retail, we need to look into both elements, in the traditional elements, so in the normal quote-unquote shopping experience of people, where people are entering shops and purchasing. So there is a lot of potential as well to analyze buying behavior, understand how people prefer purchasing, and what we can learn, or what the client, the retailer can learn to attract more clients at the end and understand better on some buying patterns. On the other hand, for sure, we also have a huge forklift in Southeast Europe on the e-commerce side. E-commerce is not yet on a level like in comparable Western European countries. If you just consider that we do have 75% of the online purchasing in Croatia is currently done on commerce sites which are abroad, which I think is a substantial fact. On the other hand, you have in Hungary, for example, last year 2.5 million people did some e-purchasing, e-commerce transactions. Yeah? So it is something which is really gaining ground. It is accelerating, and there's a wide acceptance in the population. So people want to shop physically in the shop, but they also want to purchase over their mobile phone, or over their tablet, or any device they're having as an access to.
So how well positioned is IBM to respond to demand and to tap this potential?
Well, we do have a unified approach on manage both the digital channel, but also the physical channel. Yeah? So we do have a complete solution, which is providing up-to-date, highly visual, easy to use, and it's already available out of a cloud. Yeah? I mean, we do have clients, I can give you an example, like Technopolis or Praktika, which already rely on IBM expertise to deploy their e-commerce solutions.
And how about other sectors like, let's say, healthcare? How can IBM help there?
Yeah, healthcare element which is on our radar. Just to rewind again the history a bit, it was about 50 years ago when we, as IBM, launched one of the first patient record system. And this you need to map against the fact which states that roughly less than 20% of hospitals are using electronic or data, let's say data today, really to the full potential. Yeah? So this really means a lot in terms of potential what we still have there. And the potential in a way that we need to link really medical expenditures into patient outcome. I think that is the new equation of the healthcare system of the future. So this is a very, very crucial link. And we do have facts in Southeast which are giving us, I think, a lot of work to do. The population in our countries is declining faster than in European Union countries. So this is a fact in terms of people contributing into the healthcare system. The healthcare spending is relatively high in terms of percentage of the GDP. On the other hand, you have the life expectation across SCE is in the range of 74 to 76 years compared to European Union average of 83. So this is another huge gap. Yeah? So I think there's really quite an urgent need to make a healthcare system across SCE, make it more intelligent, efficient, and again to link medical expenditure to the patient outcome.
Wrap it up, forward-looking. What key trends do you see that will be shaping up next year, 2017?
Well, listen, I think let me reiterate this back to the beginning, basically. The three big shifts that are transforming our markets today will continue to do so. Very, very clear. So it's all around data, all around cloud, and also mobility. So these three elements are core elements, and again, cannot stress enough, all underpinned by a strong foundation of a security environment, a secure environment to make sure that the data is protected as well to the highest extent. So I think we are bringing a differentiated value to our clients, and because of a lot of innovation IBM is driving, because of our research and development, and last but not least, of course, because of the emerging cognitive solutions.
Well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you would like to share with us that I haven't asked, which you think would be interesting?
No, I think you asked really, I think, across the key anchor points and the key elements of our strategy. We highlighted three industries, so retail, healthcare, finance, but obviously, and of course, we do have expertise and much more around other different industries as well. So we are really shifting a lot into industry focus and making sure that we get knowledge and capabilities on the industry side. So our clients really value of technology on one hand, but combined with the knowledge of the industry. This is what I see really as a very, very key anchor point for us going forward and working successfully with our clients in Southeast Europe.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Paier. Thank you very much.
SeeNews, business intelligence for Southeast Europe.